When you enter the country illegally, it's violation 8 United States Code 1325.
Seeking asylum is legal.
If you want to seek asylum, you go through the port of entry, do it the legal way. The Attorney General of the United States has made that clear.
Okay.
AOC is pushing super hard here, calling people un-American, dehumanizing people, et cetera, right? But Tom Homan brings up one number that changes the entirety of the exchange here.
It's a ridiculous false narrative, and I'm going to be here to the day I die to defend the men and women of the Border Patrol and ICE who put it on the line every day for this country.
Thank you.
Protected. I'd also like to apologize to you both for the behavior of some of the members of this committee, where they are speaking in profoundly dehumanizing terms to you, and you don't deserve that. I'd like to apologize to you on behalf of the United States of America.
Would you like to address, and would you please address any of the
Yeah, I want to address the
you?
last comments made about me being appalling. And first of all, I served my country for 34 years. I saved many lives, and I ran an agency. Let's be frank in what ICE does. ICE last year took a season of opioids off the streets of this country that could have killed every man, woman, and child in the United States twice. I am proud of the agency and ICE. And what we don't want to talk about is nearly 90% of everybody ICE arrests for immigration violations either have a criminal history or are pending criminal charges when they were found. I mean, they were found in the county jail, which most likely means they weren't a choir boy. So to mismeasure what the work the men and women of ICE do is, I find appalling that a member of Congress would throw that out there like that. In my 34 years, I've never seen such hate toward the law enforcement agency in my life that you want to abolish them rather than doing your job and legislate.
Mr. Homan, your
if
time
they don't
is
like
expired.
it, legislate. You can't.
Mr. Homan, according to the rules of this committee,
of enacting laws.
Mr. Homan, your time is expired.
Tom Homan is right here. Like, this is such an interesting time that we're in, where people think that because they feel that there should not basically be a southern border, that there should not be any rules kind of, aligning with the safety and sovereignty of American land here, guys, right? I mean, listen, you do not have the right to break into our country. Tom Homan also just stated that the majority of the people that are basically being taken and sent back are coming from county jails, or they had a lengthy criminal record when they were found. You're not listening here. And it looked like during that last clip there, very briefly, there was someone, I'm guessing she brought up someone to kind of give some type of sob story to make us basically feel bad that she broke into our country. Guys, I have no ill will against the idea of immigration. I've immigrated into 2 continents. I tell this story kind of all the time here, right? I've immigrated my wife legally into the United States of America, my son legally into the United States of America. Your first act in your brand new host country should not be an illegal one, guys. And the fact that AOC is just finding out that crossing our border is illegal is absolutely wild.
Zero tolerance was interpreted as the policy that separated children from their
If I get arrested for DUI and I have a young child in the car, I'm going to be separated. When I was a police officer in New York and I arrested a father for domestic violence, I separated that father
Mr.
from his
Homan,
family.
with all due respect, legal asylees are not charged with any crime.
When you enter the country illegally, it's violation 8 United States Code 1325.
Seeking asylum is legal.
If you want to seek asylum, you go through the port of entry, do it the legal way. The Attorney General of the United States has made that clear.
Okay.
That was that, wasn't it, guys?
Democrats are shutting down the government because they want health care for illegal immigrants. First of all, totally false. As I've said before, federal law prevents undocumented people from getting covered by ACA insurance, Medicaid, etc., right? They are trying to come back with this tiny loophole, being like, oh, but there are some federal funds that could possibly on the state level, da-da-da. You know what they're actually pointing to is that Ronald Reagan in the 1980s, the United States passed a law that said if you walk into an ER, a hospital cannot refuse you care if you can't afford it, if you're not covered. Because we decided that we wanted to be a civilized country, that if someone gets hit by a car and they're bleeding out, that a doctor isn't checking for their insurance coverage before they go rush into an emergency room. Like that you are treating the human being first, because we don't want to live in, trust me, regardless of your stances on immigration, you do not want to live in a country where that law is reversed. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that. The point is that they are scrapping and grasping at straws because they have nothing else. Laugh at them. Stephen Miller is a clown. I've never seen that guy in real life, but he looks like he's like 4'10", and he looks like he is angry about the fact that he's 4'10".
Wow.
And he looks like he is so mad that he is 4'10", that he's taking that anger out at any other population possible. Shout out to our short kings. Someone said not short king, short troll. That's correct. There's a difference.
I always find it interesting when people speak, right? Specifically people coming from the left, the ones who are like, don't make fun of people for things that they basically cannot control, or even don't even make fun of people for things that they can control. Just don't talk about things. But again, it's interesting when she disagrees in terms of the ideology, she immediately goes after some random physical attribute that he has no ability to control. I find it interesting how the morals immediately leave when they disagree with the ideologies. It's intriguing how that happens. I don't want to keep pointing that out there, right? How fickle the nonsense is based off of the totality of the video that we just encountered here today. I can definitely tell you this right now. Tom Homan has been doing what he's been doing for a really long time. I'm not sure I've ever seen him waver by any means here. The fact that she herself is like she's trying to gain some type of like virtue signaling based, response from her base is wild to me. What do you think is going to happen here? What is your end goal, AOC? We can have the argument about the idea of asylum here. And she knows, she should know 100%, but she's not going to ever admit to this here, that the majority of the people that are claiming asylum, what are they doing here? Guys, it's fraud, right? It's asylum fraud. The overwhelming majority, based off the numbers that have already come out, guys, 80 to 90% of them. So if you know that this is a program that is being completely just frauded out here, listen, if you guys have been following me long enough, let's say this year, this shouldn't sound weird. I have no problem with the idea of immigration or the problem with the idea of refugees, right? So like, if we have the ability to help someone, I don't really see the problem with helping someone. Not the whole planet, right? But helping someone that is absolutely in need because they're about to be absolutely obliterated wherever they are. I do not think that they should be put into one singular location. Like, we don't need to have like a little Nepal in the middle of Minnesota or in the middle of like North Dakota. We don't need that, right? Spread everyone out so they have the ability to assimilate, not specifically be comfortable with what they have been the entirety of their life, right? Just if you're in a new place, assimilate to the local culture. I think that's fair, right? If we can help, sure. We're super rich, guys, as a country. Like, even the poorest Americans are richer than like 80% of the planet or some crazy number like that. Understand that, all right? So I get it. But the idea of asylum fraud, meaning economic migrancy, guys, no, this is what she's protecting. I can't find a job in my country, so I'm going to break into yours. Tom Homan blatantly says, yeah, you can get asylum, sure, at the port of entry. The people are not going through the port of entry because they know their asylum claim is what? Fraudulent. Guys, this is such a weird argument because it's like, we know the truth here. This is not like a hard thing to kind of figure out, guys. We know the truth. The numbers are there. What does she see here? What is she fighting for? You're fighting for the people that couldn't find work in their country, so they broke into ours? That's weird. That's incredibly weird, AOC. But hey, listen, it makes sense to your base, though. They're not really thinkers, truthfully. But all right, listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly. If you guys are new here, please like and subscribe. In the meantime, I'll go ahead and catch you guys later.